Okay, let's do one more for this morning session of session recaps of my Symbaroum campaign. So welcome to my channel. Those who don't know the channel, I do different videos about GM prep and session recaps of my Symbaroum campaign. Symbaroum is a game by Free League. It's an excellent game. I recommend you check it out. So we're at session 41. Let's jump in. So they are in Thistlehold at the Town Watch barracks. It's very dark. It's very snowy out. The mission of Sarvola has been burnt down to the ground. There is a mob of 300 or so people being riled up by Dolani that are wandering the streets, doing mayhem. The characters have used the clairvoyance ritual to discover that at the Witch and Familiar there is a little group of rioters doing stuff in front of the Witch and Familiar. They're yelling, they're threatening, they're very dangerous circumstances. So the group decides to head out into the snow, into the darkness, and to go help out the people of the Witch and Familiar. So they go outside. They walk through the Queen's Square. Wild goes to Big Basher's smithy to take a heavy quarterstaff that he had ordered for him. And then they move to the Witch and Familiar. And when they arrive, the guard of the West Gate, has already intervened. And they dispersed the rioters, and there's nothing to see. They meet with Alomar and the barbarians. They have a little chat about the situation, but their help wasn't needed actually. So they decide to go back to the barracks and the next day take some measures to take out Dolani. So that's what they do. They go back to the barracks. They sleep there, and they decide with Marvello. They coordinate a move against the hideout of Dolani and his, let's say, and the heads of the Sellswords of the Sun. So on the 18th, I believe, they move in on this house. It's near the East Gate. It's a bit north of the East Gate, just before Haliban's Ring. It's actually the house that belongs to Cargoy Salamos. They don't know yet, but that's the one. And they arrive in the street. They have a little troop of Marvello guards with them or nearby, because they want to go stealthily. And they also managed to put some guards at different waypoints around this neighborhood. So if Dolani should try to escape, there will be some guards posted everywhere around this neighborhood to try to get him. They move in the house. This little house is very small. It's on a corner. It has the white cross of the plague on the door. The Templars, because Ludome asked for Malizio, Sir Malizio, which is a Templar that she saved in the Blooming Vale. Malizio is redeemable to her. He wants to serve her in exchange for his life, because she saved his life. So he's there with his squire. And they jump in the house. They sort of barge in, really SWAT team style, and the house is empty. While they're doing that, Wild, Beau, and Mérisine are outside, and Wild notices the house of the old man. The old man that's always checking out his window. That's actually a character that's really in the book, in Wrath of the Warden, the chapter on the Sellswords of the Sun. If they go examine this hideout, there's a neighbor that can tell them the goings-on of the area. And so Wild sees that man that's sort of squeaking an eye between, the shutters are just slightly open on first level. And so Wild, which is very big now, he has robust too, just, steps up and hoists himself up to the window of the man. Like the big ogre head appears in the window. And the man is a bit scared at first, but Wild is so softly spoken and is quite known in the city. And so he asked the man what what's going on here? And the man tells them that there has been some weird goings on with some people that he's never seen before in the house next door, the house of Kargoy. And so the he decides to go to that door and to knock on the door. Nobody answers. He knocks a bit more. Still nobody answers. He hits it to open. And as he enters this house, he notices that there's still a fire in the fireplace, some things on a table, and the house seems to have been evacuated quickly. He runs inside, finds a door open to the backyard, and Wild the ogre sees footsteps in the snow leading out to a tunnel out from the courtyard. And so he runs after them and he says, "They're fleeing towards the east." And then a chase, one more chase in the snow is launched. So I was using strong tests to see the relative speeds. If you succeed a strong test, you get your 2 moves. If you don't, you get only 1 move. If you do a crit, you might get 3 moves. If you fumble, you might fall. You might, slow other people because you're in the way, whatever. Stuff like that. So we had the map up. I would move Dolani's team crew on the map if they saw him. If they lost visual sight, I would make him disappear in the GM level. So it was a pretty fun chase. And then they exited. He tried basically to go cross Haluban's ring and to go in the smaller alleyways of the poorer parts. So he was running north, and he emerges with his crew on the long way around near the walls, and that's where some guards intervene that were posted there. And at the same time, the PCs arrive on the spot. I know there's a wall of fire that appeared at some point in that melee, but basically it was a quick fight between the PCs, a few guards, Dolani and his crew, and oh yeah, I remember Mikariol put a wall of flame behind Dolani to stop them from escaping to the north, and Dolani, in his desperation, tried to cross the flaming wall anyways, and he got 12 points of damage, and he doesn't have a lot of armor, so it goes beyond his pain threshold, so he was badly burnt. He fell in the snow on the other side, and he tried to get up and flee, but did not succeed and was captured. So that's how Dolani is taken out of action in this morning raid. After that, let me just check. So once that is done, they give the prisoners, the surviving members of the sellswords and Dolani to the guards. Marvelo takes them back to the prison, and they decide to go back to the house, the mysterious house, the hideout, the house of Kargoy Salamos. And they it was the end of the session, and they discover the ceremonial room with the big oak table, the chairs with the monograms on the chairs, the cupboard with the uniforms of the Knights of Alberator, and everything. And they even find the Water of the Dusk hidden under a little plank. And they are just completely confounded. They're left with this cliffhanger of sorts, wondering who are these people. Some of the group know Kargoy Salamos, so they when they read a bit of the books, they see that the stories of knights. He's a known knight, a known hero of the Great War. So they pieced that KS is Kargoy Salamos. They don't really know for the other ones, and that's how we end session 41. So I don't know how many sessions like 4 sessions the whole Sellswords of the Sun lasted. I think about 4 sessions, which was much more than I thought it would. But things take time, and the way I played it, I wanted them to work a bit before they got to Dolani. and the fact that they had to ask permission to the mayor to ask some information from Deceba the Old, all of those steps are what this mission is for. This mission was put in the module called Wrath of the Warden, and it was there for a reason, to present the faction of the church and the reformists and all of that to the players. So I decided to take it out from Wrath of the Warden and just put it as a standalone. So I wanted this mission to do what it's supposed to do on a narrative sense. And I also wanted to put a lot of mood, a lot of cloak and dagger feeling, and spying and exploring and stakeouts and in the snow, in the darkness. And unbeknownst to the players, this big snowstorm is magically induced. And that will lead into the next part, which is the elves, which is something that I homebrewed, sort of. That's coming next. So this is the end of session 41. It's the end of the story of the Sellswords of the Sun. There will be some follow through a bit, I guess, at some point when they interrogate Dolani. They didn't do it yet, and we're at session 46 now, that we will play next week. So they're taking their time on that. You will learn in my next videos why they didn't interrogate him, because some other things happened and things moved in another direction. So once again, thank you for watching my videos. Please, as always, for the algorithms, put a little like, a share, a subscribe, a bell, or whatever, and hop on down to Drive Through RPG to check out my adventure playing with goblins. So there you go. Thanks again, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.